पंजाबी सभ्याचार नूं मुहब्बत करदे दोस्तों वेलकम दे उपर दा कलाकार लव रंधावा दे नाल इंदर कूलर राजू जोहल गगन शर्मा नेक चोलिए दे संगीत दे ढोल दे डगे दे भंगड़ा पाउण लई आओ मजबूर करदे हन।
खुशियां दे जादू किते ढोल वजदे ओ यारा मुंह बोलियां दे बोल सजदे खुशियां दे जादू किते ढोल वजदे ओ यारा मुंह बोलियां दे बोल सजदे कहंदे कर नी कमाल यारा बेलियां दे नाल कर नी कमाल यारा बेलियां दे नाल गीत खुशियां दे अज कोई कादो मित्रो मैं क्या पढ़ तू मैं क्या पढ़ तू मैं क्या पढ़ तू ढोल ते लगाइए हंस के बवे जो तो बोली उदों कहिए चक दे हर पल मित्रों लगाइए हंस के बवे जो तो बोली उदों कहिए चक दे जिंदगी दे चार आजा नच मेरे यार जिंदगी दे चार आजा नच मेरे यार जेड़ा नचदा नहीं पड़ के नचा दो मित्रों मैं क्या पढ़ तू मैं क्या पढ़ तू मैं क्या पढ़ तू ढोल ते बोलियां नचदे ने यार बन बन टोलियां
You're welcome everyone to Boys in the Six. We have a very special guest for you by the name of Luv Randhawa, all the way from Vancouver. Been singing for the past 10 years, giving you hits like Living It Up, Dolte. Love, welcome to Boys in the Six.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
How are you?
Appreciate that. I'm good, man. Good.
How you live in Toronto?
Loving it. T-Dot is good. T-Dot's always been good to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, every time I've been out here, a lot of respect. A lot of the family, the friends. It's a second home for me now, just about.
You come here often?
You know what, bro? It's become that. Before it used to be once every 4 or 5 years. Now it's becoming more, and from what I'm hearing now, it's going to be a lot more. So it's good. It's good. I look forward to it.
T-Dot's always booming, always popping.
Yes.
We know that it's the main street for artists to come perform on the platform.
Absolutely.
You've been doing this for quite some time.
Yes.
You know, tell me, how did you get started in this field?
Wow, we were back in the days. We had a group called Toll Connection.
Yeah.
So we did all these big events, corporate events, and weddings and all that sort of stuff. And to get the boys pumped up, the main guy used to go, "Love, ek bolli sunave."
Yeah.
Just sing a bolli for us and get the guys pumped up. So I used to sing a bolli, and then everybody kept on saying, "Love, you should try singing." And one thing led to another, and I did it.
Yeah.
But prior to that, there was a big story about it. Back in the days, October 2nd, 1983.
83.
83.
Way back.
Yeah, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan came down to Vancouver.
Okay.
And for a show. And very blessed, we were in the hallway for him, and he walked right by, going from one room to another, to the banquet room. And I was lucky enough to be one of the kids that was walking with him, because my dad knew people.
Right.
And he just said to me, looked down at me, obviously, and he goes, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" Yeah. And I said, "You know what, I want to be just like you." And he looked down and he put his hand on my shoulder. He goes, "You don't need to be me, you be you."
Yeah.
And just things like that, it just came together for me, because the words of encouragement that he gave always stuck with me, and something that's ingrained. And he goes, "You know what, you can do it. Don't let anybody say that you can't, and do your best at what you want to do."
Yeah.
And I said, "You know what, I've kept that in my heart all my life."
And that's coming from someone who's established.
Bro, he's a legend, stature. He's Mr. Everything in Bollywood, and he's an ambassador to India.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing for us, right?
And the fact that you go way back to that time, when music was, it was universally big.
Yes.
But I mean, nowadays, obviously a little bit of change.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So from when you started out and to now, comparing wise, how would you say that? Has it changed? Has it improved?
Well, the changes, bro, honestly, the changes are in everything, in every industry, right?
Yeah.
The big thing about music, we grew out of a different era, okay? A different time period of music. When my first original band, Signia, started, we were known as the pioneers of fusion Bhangra movement in North America. Yeah. There was only another band that started after us, which is Josh.
Yeah.
They started after us, I think about a year after us. Yeah. And we were the only Bhangra band in North America. Yeah. And, so that period of time was good. Yeah. It was because it was different. The next generation became more traditional. Yes. Okay. And then now the current generation, as you know, I mean, every reception has got so many different types of songs. Yes. Before it used to be just the Hiras, the Apna Sangeets, the UK vibe. Yeah. Now it's become the Indian Punjab vibe again. Yeah. Let's see what happens coming up. Yeah. Music change, it's always evolving. Yeah. Sounds change, artists change. Mm-hmm. And you know what? And that's a good thing about it, because we want to keep that whole system, and we want to keep it fresh for everybody's ears so they enjoy. Yeah. And the good thing is there's so much support for everybody out there. Yeah. Every artist has got support, so that's a bonus.
That's the one thing I want to talk about too, because you use a lot of combination of Bhangra, hip hop, drum and bass, and rock. Yeah. It's very, back in the day, it was very uncommon.
Absolutely.
But you started with that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's taking a risk, but not so much so, because you're bringing something new in, but at the same time, it's been around for a while. Just not the Punjabi music.
See, I mean, we took lessons from the greats. Yeah. Okay, let's be honest. We took lessons from the greats like the Hira Apna Sangeet. Back then, they were the different. Yeah. They were different. Right. They weren't the traditional A.S. Kang, Kuleep Manik. Yes. They brought in Deepak Kajanti, who made, he's a legend, music producer, and made Diamonds from Hira. Mm-hmm. And then from that, Saskutani and all those. But if you hear that music change, they were evolutionary at that moment. Mm. right? And so when we look at music in general, it has to keep moving. You listen to Michael Jackson, his sounds, which are evergreen.
Yeah.
You listen to Prince, who's are evergreen. But how are they evergreen? It's because they took a risk.
Yes.
They took a chance on what they love. They didn't need to do it because somebody wanted them to do it.
Yeah.
It was because it came from the heart.
Yeah.
And that's how our music has been for a long time. And my music now is from the heart.
Yeah.
It's not from, it's like, I'm not trying to say, oh, if you don't like it, you don't like it. No, it's not that. I want everybody to like it.
Yeah.
You know, as an artist, you do want that. But there's going to be some people that don't like it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you satisfy your own needs in music and building and production and lyrics and vocals, you know, you've got something.
Yeah.
And that's very important.
That's important, and that's the thing that we stress too, Tanya and I, on this show. Because like, if you're an artist and if you go with what you like, right, and not worry about what other people say,
Absolutely.
then be with that. Because then you're falling into the category of a follower.
And you know what? To be original in this game is the ultimate thing. I mean, when Punjabi MC came out with Munde Ato Bach Ke, everybody in England, I remember, was like, it's okay, it's cool, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's different. But the rest of the world fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And when the rest of the world falls in love with something like that, it's amazing.
Yeah,
What a feeling, right?
You get Jay-Z on it, and it's a wrap.
It's a
right?
different game.
You're getting someone like, and that's why Punjabi music is so, to me, very more universal than any other, because
Absolutely.
we can get anything in.
Yes.
Right. Be it drums, guitar, anything, but it sounds good.
Yes.
Right. But if the artist makes it sound good.
Well, you know, it comes down, it's a team. It's a
Yeah.
team effort. These days, music isn't a cookie cutter way it used to be. You know, you grab your album, you take it to the label would say, okay, you get X amount of dollars, thank you very much, see you later.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be different now to absorb and bring in other people in.
Yes.
And music, as you know, and I think everybody, the listeners and that are watching the show right now, they know music is an international language.
Yes.
So we're blessed that our Bhangra, Punjabi, our culture is very well respected out there.
Yes.
When people see our parties and our hall, they want to be part of it because they go, you guys have such a good time. But what is it? It's the dance. It's the way we have fun with it. It's the beat, the tool. It makes you automatically want to move your shoulders and your legs, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest bonus that we have in our music compared to anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, and as you said, it's true. We can amalgamate any instrument into it.
Yeah.
And as long as we make it ours, it will sound good.
Yeah. Like I remember back in the day when I was growing up in the 90s, Punjabi music, it was good to us,
Yes.
right? And then it's funny how a lot of people used to make fun of it, right? Like some of my friends too.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Right? Like, it's corny, this and that, whatever.
Absolutely.
But you go 15 years down the line, so many people are dancing to it. So
Absolutely.
many people are like, yo, your music is amazing.
Yes.
You know, what is like, this is what it is. It was the same thing. You just never listened to it
Bro,
properly.
even when I was growing up, okay, so I'm blessed to be brought up in different areas.
Yeah.
For me, being Punjabi wasn't something that was being proud.
Right.
And you know, when you miss out your roots and who you are
Yes.
and your background, it was something different to me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't adapt to the Ther Punjabi music. You know, the traditional sound. I didn't get that.
Of the
I didn't
70s and
I didn't
80s.
understand it. Yeah, I didn't understand the singers.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand the vocals. I didn't understand the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because, you know, yes, my mom and dad and my grandparents and everybody spoke Punjabi with us and English, right? But the thing is that we were so busy in trying to be something that we weren't,
Right.
which was in the Western culture.
Yes.
Because we had to adapt, we had to adjust. But the biggest thing is, as long as we could really try our best to be who we are, and that's where music came in.
Yeah.
The new generation of artists, you know, like again the Hiras, Alapana Sangeets, Alaps, you know, they gave us that identity and made us feel good.
Yeah.
You know, so that's to me was a big change in my life.
Yeah.
Because that's when I started knowing who I was.
Right.
And I was always proud of who I was, but I became prouder, hence why music and culture became part of me, right?
Yeah, it's like it was always there, but you
Yes.
just adapted to it more so, you know, later on.
Absolutely.
You mentioned the greats.
Yes.
Kuleem Manakji
Ji,
and
Ustad
all
Ji.
them. Go from like the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, and then you go to. I hear a lot of complaints. Right.
Okay.
Right now, it's more auto-tuned. Is more computerized. Right. So for you, compare that with how music was in the 70s to now.
Bro, it's night and day difference, as you can tell. You know, with music now, before it used to be when they recorded on tape. So the reels, they were expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive. So what happened was people did not be able to afford it, the artist.
Yeah.
There was no big music labels. There was no, the only thing that they would be able to do is a party or a reception or a wedding or a show, a concert. And, you know, we have to understand, back then, it was different. Music was different. You'd have 5-piece instruments, your tabla, your tolak, you'd have your harmonium or a keyboard. If you're lucky, you have a set of drums.
Yeah.
Or now, you know, the octopad, or you know what I'm saying?
Tolki.
Tolak, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you look at Guru Nanak Malkit Paji's song, there's only 3-4 instruments in that whole song.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
And now, if you hear any song, there's a minimum of, I would say, 30-40 instruments.
Yeah.
And it's all computer-based. So when I go into the studio and something doesn't sound right, my producer or the engineer would say, Luv, you know what, bro? Re-sing that. That just didn't come out clean.
Yeah.
Back then, they would have to start all over from the
It
beginning.
was one take.
One take.
Yeah.
And you know, it was an art form just to do that one take.
Yeah.
You know, we can go into the studio now with a piece of paper and say, okay, here's the lyrics, let's sing it. But there's no feel to it. When they sang, there was feel because the instruments, everything was around them. It was live. They practiced forever.
Yes.
You know, the band scene has changed. The PA systems came in, then the DJs. So there's many different factors that change now, right?
Yeah, and nowadays you have the internet. That's
Absolutely.
the biggest platform for an
Oh,
artist.
yes.
Right. Back then we don't have that, obviously, right? But
Social media, bro, is what has taken over the
Yeah.
industry. As I heard from a few artists, actually, even Babu Manasab said it on one of his interviews.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't care how many YouTube likes I get. Because the one guy that gets 5 million in one day,
yeah.
I wonder how he got it. Inne bille ya bande that are waiting for his song to come out
Yeah.
to give him a like. 5 million? The guy probably only knows 15. So, you know, when you look at that, social media has played a good thing and a bad thing.
It has, and there's few discussions that we've had.
Okay.
Artists in the past, how there's
Right.
fake views as well, and people buy fake views. On
I've
YouTube
heard of
just-
that.
right? Just to promote their stuff. Because look, no kidding, me and Tani, we
Yeah.
talked about it, and there's a lot of artists out there who, be honest, they're not talented, right?
Yeah.
They can't sing,
Absolutely.
right? But
Yeah.
they put out a video or a song, and it has like so many likes,
Yeah.
but they don't have any followers.
Absolutely.
Say you have like 30 followers,
Yeah.
but you got like thousands of likes.
Absolutely. It doesn't
How?
make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Or you hear, I heard this one artist say he's got 15 million views and he's got 3 comments.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break, you know what I mean?
It is. You buy.
You buy followers, you buy subscribers, you buy everything
Yeah.
these days on
Yeah.
in social media. But you know what? To me, you're cheating yourself. Okay, I mean, do you need your ego pumped that much?
Right.
You know, there's artists everywhere in the world. Vancouver's got them, Toronto's got them, India's got them, England's got them, that they love to pump themselves up.
Yeah.
And I wrote a quick thing on my Facebook one day. I said, oh my God, this one artist that we just came out with a song. In one day,
Yeah.
4 hours, he had 5 million plus hits.
Right.
And I said that on Facebook. I said, what, is a band all wait? Like, you know, are they just waiting for his song to come out? Like, it was a joke. Like, you know, the whole band and then the whole of Punjab is waiting to, oh my God, in a Ghana kadde aaya. Look, everybody run to the
Yeah.
internet cafes.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the internet doesn't work that quick.
No.
Okay, we know India's internet is not
Yeah,
good,
no,
right?
no.
So, you know, I don't get how they liked it before anybody else did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It mind boggles me. And, like, as an artist who's been around for a while,
Yes.
as a veteran of the game,
thank you.
who's done so many, like you share stage with a lot of brilliant people, right? Talk to me about that experience, being around the greats of like the past, you know, how they've inspired you to become who you are and you grow as an artist.
Excellent. A great question. Thank you. You know what? To be honest, I have been very blessed. And why I say I've been very blessed, I've worked with Bollywood.
Yeah.
I've worked with the top Bhangra stars. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was just speaking to Malkit Paji right now before you guys came. I've been blessed in that I've been a student.
Yes.
And I'll always stay a student. I don't need fame. I don't need thousands of likes. I don't need any of that.
No.
I do this for myself.
Yes.
And I do it for my fans that are the ones that have always supported me since day one. And the new fans that come in are awesome.
Yeah.
And being very blessed and lucky to share the stage with these people and these artists and these legends, as we call them, they're very humble.
Yeah.
They're like how you and I are speaking. That's how they are with their fans. That's how they are with their Restadar and their family. They don't have that ego. We, as the outside, give them that ego.
Yeah,
we think,
boost them.
yeah, we boost them. Yeah. So when I was very lucky that in the beginning of my career in music, we got to perform with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
And all the Bollywood on the Temptations tour.
Yes. And
so we were the opening act, and so much fun. Yeah. This is Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been lucky. You know what I mean? Like to see and meet and talk to these people. Yeah. It was an amazing experience because we saw the practice, the work. How hard they really have to work to make their craft perfect. And at the same token, we learned how the background of the music was done at the stage level. So how they built the stages and got everything going like that. So we saw from the groundworks up to a completed show. Yeah. And, so I learned a lot from them. And it wasn't the way they act, but it was just the way they personify themselves in public, how they really are versus that. There's goods and bads, don't get me wrong. There's really goods and bads with that industry. Punjabi industry, half the artists that are not even made it yet, they've got more ego than the legends. Siddhi gal hai, let's be honest, right? Yeah. Jazzy B is a very dear friend of mine, an angel of a man, like such a humble person. Yeah. And I learned so much from him. The way he interacts with people, the way he talks to people, the way he Snapchats and everything like that. Yeah. Diljit Dosanjh, like the superstar of Indian music right now. Yeah. Look how humble he is. Right. He's a regular person. But when you learn from them and how they act on stage, how they act in front of people, interviews, discussions, you pick up the best of everybody. Yeah. And I've been lucky that, when I worked with Manj Music and H. Thammi and, all these guys, and Karma from Vancouver, great band, Delhi to Dublin, all these guys, we all not just grew up together, but we all learned from different people. Yes. I learned a lot of Pip and Nick because they were musicians. And I learned how to sing because of them. Yeah. And for me, the biggest thing is if I picked up the best of everybody, or tried to at least, and not emulate it, but bring it into something that is comfortable for me, why not? Why not? Yeah. Because it works. And there's no such thing as a perfect formula in music or in the arts. But I think the biggest thing that we as artists say is if our fans are enjoying it and they're dancing and they're having a good time, that's all that counts. Yeah. And we just do it for them at that moment. Building the songs and everything is for us usually, except, these new artists that have come out, they've done it for, again, it's become like, so much masala in the one pot that it turns out really bad. Yeah. Yeah. But because of the backing, because of the thing that they've got, it turns out different. Yeah. So they've emulated another artist that's done it in the past. Yeah. And they thought that formula worked. Yeah. Right? And then we thought another formula worked. Right. So everybody, it's to each his own. Right?
It's different because like you're from that generation where it's Riyaz karni hai. Yes. You get up at 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Yeah. First thing
I've never done that early though.
No, but I'm just saying though, right? Like that's what, that 70s and 80s group, where it was all about just perfecting their craft.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And now it's more about, okay, well, we got auto-tune. Yeah. Just put it out there.
Absolutely. Auto-tune helps a little bit, but you know what it is that auto-tune also fails a artist. Yeah. And the reason why is because if someone says to you, sing a song now, in a group in a mehfil setting, you can't. No. So what happens is your fan base or that one person that's Facebooking it live is showing it to millions and millions of people, and you're going to look like the fool. Yeah. So you've got to practice. Yeah. And I've been blessed that my music isn't just Indian. I've got a full 11-song English album coming out ready now. Oh. And I've got my 11-track Hindi, Punjabi, and Urdu album coming out. Yeah. So different cultures, I guess you could say, is different types of riyaz and practice. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you're right. Auto-tune is a destroyer as well as one that can make an artist.
It works for some, right? But those are the people that don't do live ever. It's in their contract. I'm not doing it live. Right? So
only if my auto-tune is hired.
Exactly. But the people that actually sit there and do riyaz like 3, 4 in the morning. Like I've been blessed to be around a lot of artists. I don't know if you ever heard of Barkit Sidhu.
Yes.
Saab,
yes.
Right?
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. My dad did a few shows with him when he was here. So I mean, it's like when I watch him do riyaz.
Yeah.
And he's Master Salim's uncle.
Uncle, that's right, yes.
So it's like, when I see him riyaz, I'm sitting there like, I ask him questions.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're so talented. You're more talented than your nephew.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not talented at all. He goes, this is the ocean.
Oh,
I'm taking a little,
about that.
cup of coffee. I can't. It's too much.
Bro, you know what? Again, see, Ustadji is a master at the craft.
Yes.
But he's also a student.
Yeah.
So the humbleness of him comes out in his art form.
Yeah.
And when they do riyaz, they connect with God, they connect with the spirits, they connect with everything. Because when you're in that riyaz, in that zone, like I've been lucky to been practicing with Gore as well as Apre, and you see the difference. But the one thing is once they get connected,
Yes.
the ear and the sound of either the harmonium, the keyboard, or the piano, or whatever the instrument is that you're trying to tune yourself with, you become one. And that is such an important thing that I've honestly, I'm not going to say I've learned that since day one.
Right.
It's come over time.
Yes.
The last 3 years is when I've actually really, really understood why people were saying practice.
Yeah. It shows, especially live.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
the main thing.
Absolutely.
You sound great in a booth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You sound perfect in a booth. But
Yeah.
when you get on stage, you have to sing live in front of
Absolutely.
an audience, and there's no gimmick behind it.
That's right, yeah.
Right? That's when the
True artistry comes out.
Exactly.
Yes,
right?
yes,
And
yes.
then people aren't stupid. People they think that, or artists think that people are stupid. They like me. They listen to me.
Yeah.
But look, they're not dumb. You sound there. If you sound horrible, they're not. You don't sound the same that you did on the album.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think what that comes to as well is when you have a live band. This is a whole different discussion in itself, really.
Yes.
Let's be honest. When you have a live band versus a PA system, it's night and day difference.
Yes.
Even for the artist. Every artist wants to sing live.
Yeah.
Can they do it is a different story. Is their band up to it is a different story. But khwahish hi hundi hai that they want to sing.
Yeah.
They want to show their talent. PA now these days have taken over.
Yeah.
So the artist is -1 or 0 and they're singing on top of a CD. And they're lip syncing or they're speaking as much as they can. It's very tough these days because the artist can only show so much whatever the event is, right?
Yeah.
So I don't blame the artist for it, but what I'm saying from our discussion is that practice is always taking a step forward as a student.
Yeah.
And when you're that student and you have that disciple or the ustadji in front of you that's going to teach you the next level and the next step, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's how you feel and get better.
Yeah.
And as long as artists out there do that, I myself, I have to keep learning. If I don't, then what's the use of doing music?
Right. Right. As you said, you're a student.
Yeah.
And as long as you put that in your mind that you're a student from this game,
Absolutely.
then you're gonna progress.
Bro, I've seen so many artists that have the one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
Excuse me. One-hit wonders, and their ego, still to this day, even the song came out 10 years ago,
Yeah.
they think they are the best artists that ever walked the earth.
Yeah. I've met a few.
Yeah, exactly. But again, they are those one-hit wonders that practice for that time period, but it really gave up because their fame right now has taken them to the next level.
Yeah. Talk about piracy.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, because that's one topic that's very dear to an artist as well, right? It's very concerning. Coming from a guy who's been around a lot of artists, and their main concern is piracy.
Absolutely.
A lot of people. And what are you guys doing to make sure that's not relevant anymore? Because it kills. It does. Kill
It does
art,
kill. Yeah.
right? And I think it's calming down now than 5 years ago, right? Because 5 years ago was brutal,
Absolutely.
right?
It's horrible.
It's
horrible. Yeah.
right? And that
Killed careers.
It kills careers.
Yeah.
Right? I can go buy a CD for $1 instead of paying
Oh yeah.
$50, $60.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
see, social media has done a good thing and a bad thing, right? Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Saban, all these different digital platforms
Yes.
are brilliant
Yeah.
if people use it.
Yes.
What's happening now is when you get a copy from, let's say, a legal download site, just let everybody know, don't legal,
don't do it.
No. But you know what it is when you as an artist see these different things, right? We see these different motions of what these other big giants are doing, like Apple and so forth that I named.
Yeah.
They're actually helping the artist out. Yes, we're not making as much, But what they're doing is what we're not making, at least they're recouping that and recovering that.
Yes.
Okay?
And that's
At least-
important.
Yeah,
for the
it's
artist.
very important because each song, let's just say, okay, let's say a low budget song, $1,000 for the video,
Right.
minimum. This is minimum.
Yeah.
Let's say $1,000 for the producer.
Yeah.
$2,000 ho gaya. Then you got to hire a PR company to put your stuff out to the right people.
Yeah.
Another $1,000, let's say, $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
If you get 3,000 legal hits
Right.
and downloads for your song,
Yeah.
at least you recoup something.
You get something back.
Yeah.
At least.
At least, right? Otherwise, artists in these days that I've heard and noticed have been relying on performances, weddings, in the Punjabi industry, right? Corporate events, so forth, festivals.
Yeah.
That's where their bread and butter comes in. But again, at the same token, piracy is killed us because you go to India, for instance, and you get a USB stick. It's got 5,000 songs.
Yeah.
Okay, if that cost him, let's say 500 rupees at the most.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If the artist even got 2 rupees out of that,
Yeah.
at least there's something in their pocket for their family. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
Right? But at the end of the day, yes, our popularity as artists come out. I mean, I remember when our first album came out, we had just left Bombay.
Yeah.
And before we got to Vancouver, my guy from LA had called our distributor in Vancouver and said, "We already got the CD, you don't need to send it." And nobody's got the CD yet.
Yeah.
Nobody. So within the internal team,
Yes.
the internal company that made the actual hard copy, they had sent it out to 15 different distributors.
Yeah.
And they sent it out to everywhere.
Yeah.
Did it harm us? Yes. But did it also get us more popular? Yes. See, it's
yeah.
exactly.
It's a
miss,
balance.
right? It's a balance.
It's a balance.
As sad as it is, bro, it is.
Yeah.
I will always say never do it illegally because that's not right.
Yeah.
I always say to the people that, I remember sitting in an artist car. Okay, this is an artist car, bro.
Yeah.
And he had a USB stick.
Yeah.
And he had my songs on there.
Yeah.
And I got shot. I go, put that away. At least don't do it in front of my face.
Right.
Right? I go, I wouldn't do that to you. Why would you do that to me?
Yeah.
And if you look at my phone sitting over there, every single song I've got on my phone is bought.
Right.
And one of my friends who's a radio person in Vancouver made a very valid point to me. He goes, if you say to other people not to do it, and you're an artist, why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying?
It's a misconception.
Yeah, a misconception, bro.
Yeah.
And he goes, why are you taking the roti out of someone else's mouth?
Right.
That was his hard work. And you know what? It made sense to me. And this is before the digital download stuff was just starting.
Yeah.
Back then, I can't remember what it's called, Napster and all these illegal download sites where you had to, you remember the dial-a-tone for your modem? AOL. AOL. You had to do all this stuff. Yeah, you had to do all these things.
Yeah.
But now it's so easy because internet speeds are faster. Everything is faster. I mean, the world has gone quick.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Right?
And that's a platform that you guys have. It's a love-hate relationship.
Absolutely.
But you know what? Like what you're doing and your unique style of performance is only gonna take you further. Even though you've been around for a while.
Yeah.
But it's still you're progressing. Like you brought us on merry-go-round.
Yes.
Right. It's like talk to us about that. Just
merry-go-round, bro, was a experiment for me. I stopped music for about 2-3 years because I was doing my English albums in LA.
Yeah.
And I went to England on a holiday actually, and I was sitting with a very, very, very talented producer, and he goes, "Bro, he's so upset, he's down and out." Yeah. And I'm like, then you're like, "What's wrong with you?" Right? Yeah, my girlfriend and I broke up. I go, "Oh, shut up." I go, those things are gonna happen all your life."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was down and out, and he was just like, here's a beat. And he had the very skeleton basis of that beat made. And I said, "Do me a favor, put this in there." And we just chatted throughout the night while we're talking, and the beat came out.
Yeah.
And within 30 minutes of us finishing the session, same thing. He started talking about his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. "Maka, your life is like a merry-go-round." And he goes, "That's it, bro."
That's cool.
And he goes, "That is it."
It's a moment.
Yeah, exactly.
moment.
He goes, "That's what we're gonna put in that track."
Yeah. And it clicks.
It clicked.
Yeah.
Absolutely clicked. And then while we were in discussion, he called one of his writer friends up as well. He goes, "Come down. We want to sit down with Luv and write this out." And some of the words, obviously, I wanted the track that wasn't just Punjabi but Urdu with a little bit of a Hindi twist to it and English. Because what it is that if my kids can't understand it, I don't want to sing it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not teaching them anything.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not whatever I sing in my song, but they're not understanding the language or the culture, and the next generation won't understand it.
Right.
And because I just came back into the industry in that sense, like I won't say I was gone away, but I was in, not hiding.
It took a break.
Yeah, it took a little break
Yeah.
to make music,
Right.
so I could put it out now, right? And when the song came out and we did the video in LA, it was wicked because the package came together.
Yeah.
And what we wanted for that song and that video was exactly the way it came out.
The one thing I want to ask you, because you mentioned that you're doing different things.
Yes.
Right. Punjabi's obviously that's your mainstream.
Right.
But you're venturing onto English.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Hindi and Urdu and all that. Right. What made you get into that? What was the reason that you wanted to put those? Is it just experiment or is it just try it out?
No, bro, you know what it is? When I grew up, I grew up with the legends of the music.
Yes.
Not just the Indian. Let's put the Indian aside.
Okay.
You know, let's talk about, you know, the Phil Collins of the world.
Yeah.
UB40, Depeche Mode, Michael Jackson, Prince, Culture Club, all these major Western singers.
Right.
I grew up there.
Yeah.
That was who I was. So, you know, if I wanted to be true to myself, I want to put out an English album.
Yeah.
And it's not just for my fans, it's for me, it's for my kids to listen to, because they understand every single word.
Right.
Like now that, you know, I'll be driving and my son, he'll be sitting in the back and he'll be singing
Yeah.
my stuff. Or he'll go, Daddy, do me a favor, can you put this song on of yours? I want to sing along to it.
Yeah.
I said, you know, no problem. They love my Punjabi Indian stuff as well, but they connect to the English stuff more, right?
Yeah.
Because of school, because of, you know, that sort of thing. And for me, I went to the Grammys 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was very blessed to be working with a gentleman named Mr. Chalk, who you guys are you'll know who he is when I say this name. He's the producer that produced Ice Ice Baby for Vanilla Ice.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's my type of music.
yeah, legendary, right?
Yeah, of course.
And you know, and the big thing is you know that movie Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah.
He was nominated for a Grammy for that. Yeah, him and DJ Slim. So they invited us out to the Grammys, and I went out to the Grammys 3 years ago, and we were just sitting there, and you know, he goes, the way that happened was one of my friends, he said, Love, send me your new music.
Yeah.
And I sent him one of my Urdu tracks, and he was sitting at Aftermath Records at the time, and he goes, played it. He just listening to it, like, you know, me sitting here,
Right.
playing it. Next thing you know, Mr. Chalk walked by. Mr. Chalk and him are friends.
Yeah.
Walked by, who's that? He goes, that's one of my brothers named Love in Vancouver. Cool, he's got a voice.
Yeah.
And he goes, get him on the phone.
Yeah.
So these guys are experimenters. You have to understand the music world and outside of our realm of music.
Mm-hmm.
They're experimenters. They like a different sound. They like a different voice. They like a different tone.
Yes.
They like a different category of fans for them even.
Yeah.
Like Indian fans, you know, it's huge in the Western world. Yeah.
They've been taking that a lot. Like, look at Timberland.
Yeah, Timberland, Justin Bieber just was in India. Jay-Z was in India. You know, like all these majors have gone to India because it's a huge market for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a different sound for them too.
Yes.
You know, because as Punjabi music takes other sounds, makes it sound good. Hip hop's the same way.
Absolutely.
They
bro.
can take different beats,
Yeah.
different sounds.
Absolutely.
From different, like, for example, I'm gonna give you. Timberland had a song where he took Lata Mangeshkarji's just a little voice,
Yeah, but
and he put it in his song.
you know,
and
I think I heard it. I
don't know the name. I forget the name, but
Yeah.
it connected.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Not to put you on the spot,
Gee.
but you care to share something with our fans, a little
Uh,
from one of your songs.
A song? Oh yeah, no, always. One of my songs calls it Selfie. My kids love it, so I'll sing it.
Yeah.
And the reason why is that this song I was the first person. Actually, no, second. The actually was one more important.
Yeah.
I was the second person to put out a selfie song.
Yes.
But everybody after that, I swear,
Who was the first person?
Diljit.
Was it? Yeah.
Diljit put the
Yes,
first selfie
yes,
song
yes,
on, and I think mine was already done. Production video and everything was done, but it came out second.
Okay.
So the song goes, Kaddi jave jaan hui jama kurban, ਗੱਡੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਜਾਨ ਹੋਈ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੁੱਲੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੁਕ ਹੱਸਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੁੱਲੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੁਕ ਹੱਸਦੀ ਉਹ ਖਿੱਚੇ ਸੈਲਫੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਗਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੱਚਦੀ you know at parties right that's the biggest thing everybody's got their camera out dancing around and the family the you know and I'll tell you how that song came about me and Bikram Singh in New York we did a show together and Bikram he's a hilarious guy great guy and he starts laughing when we got back to the green room and then we were on stage I got saddi koi qadar ਕੀਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ they were taking pictures of themselves all night and I said ਦੇਖ ਲਾ I got ਖਿੱਚੇ selfie ਕੁੜੀ and then he goes ਗਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੱਚਦੀ and ਗਾਣਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ
see again
that's it bro it was just turned out like
that's all see and that's beautiful about just the music it's just, you say words
absolutely
and then the word becomes the music
absolutely
that's what it is and that's the beautiful
you know like we did the show last night here in Toronto and the voice is a little bit rough right now but same thing there while I was on stage people and their girlfriends and their boyfriends, you know, they're taking pictures and then they turn around and take one of us on the stage. You know, it's just a craze, right? And it's lovely to see because it's memories we're building. Yeah. And that's what it is.
That's a key word too because like when you're done and you're gone and you look back at your career, you know, so you know, I've done this, I'm happy with it. Yeah. Right? I'm at peace with what I've done.
Absolutely.
You know, and we're looking forward to more of your stuff and we put it out there. We'll support you.
Thank you.
No matter what. We appreciate you being on our show.
Oh, no, it's an honor for me.
Come back anytime. You know, this is honestly a pleasure talking because being, you know, like with so many interviews, you know, this is one of the livest ones. Not to disrespect anybody else. This is pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luv.
Much respect.
Appreciate you. I wish you nothing but the best of success. Last comments, moment that you want to say to the viewers?
You know, the viewers, I honestly, I just want to say thank you so very much for always supporting not just me as an artist, but every artist out there. Support them by doing everything you can. Going to their Facebook pages, their YouTube pages, their Instagrams and everything. Support them. Like what you like. Say what you don't like. Because, you know, the artist can only get better for you, the fans and the followers. And that's the biggest thing. So, you know, my handles, I'll give them to you guys. You know, please follow. And you know what? Just give me a shout out once in a while. You know, just say, hey, how you doing? What's the next project? What's happening? And I'll always keep you informed of where my whereabouts is. You know, Snapchat, Luv Randhawa, LFC. Just follow me. You know, you'll see me everywhere I go. But the biggest thing before I head out is I just want everybody to know, dream and don't let anybody stop you from dreaming. You know what? If it's a parent, tell the parent why you want to do it and get their blessings to do it. Beautiful. But never stop dreaming and never give up. Because you know what? When you give up, you're done. That's it. You know, and that's it. It's over and done with. But anytime you're in the 604, come visit.
Hey, I'll be there, man.
All right.
I'll be there.
Peace.
So,
thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment. You know, we read everything. You know, so thank you, Luv.
Thank you.
Tani, I love you too. Boys in the 6 out. Peace.